Well, here we are back at number 58 Church Road. Everybody should know what that number stands for. That represents our church. I'm standing here across from the Branton Farm. No cows are out right now, but we just had a pretty good downpour, so they'll probably run for cover. So let's take a look around, see what we can find. What that says is worship at 9 o'clock. That's on a Sunday morning. And my hopes is that we all get back together and we're all safe when we come here, and it's going to be sooner rather than later. So to keep your thoughts strong, you have to keep your faith strong. And that's why we say, again, we're social distancing, but our faith is strong. This tree, which is planted more recently, as in since we've been here at the church, is kind of indicative of that what is old must come down, but it doesn't mean that things cannot be replaced. And in this case, it's the new tree. There's a pile of wood chips that I don't know how they got here, but they're here. It looks like they're about to be spread out over the playground area again. So again, whoever was responsible for that, thank you very much. Let's see. There's a bunch of huge marshmallows across the street. I have no clue how they got there either, but I don't have to know this stuff. And this here is our tree, which is going to be taken down. Apparently it's hollow on the inside or rotten, as you can see right there. It's very, very punky. So Greg took care of the initial cleanup with help from one of our area lumberjacks. Doug Kemmel came out with his red plaid shirt on, helped out, looking good, has tall leather boots. Lumberjack Doug, they call him. Up above, if you can see, this is the tree right here. The whole thing is coming down. We did this about 5 years ago. We pruned them and trimmed them, and the intent back then was to try to give the tree some longevity, last a little bit longer. And it just makes me wonder, you know, makes me wonder if we got the right limbs when we did it before. I can still see where they've been chopped off, but be that as it may, somebody has been hired and they're going to be out here to take it down and chew up the stump. We'll be contacted in hopes that you can get over here with your rakes and whatever it's going to take, and we clean up the mess and everything will look just like it was before, minus the tree, minus the shade. It's going to look quite different. You know, when I was a kid, growing up, or not growing up, we were in the suburbs of Chicago. We'd have these violent storms come through in the summertime. All these big trees would fall down. We could not wait to get in there like a bunch of monkeys. We'd hide in those trees, and we'd have our forts in those trees, and some of them were so big you could climb. And you always wondered, what's ever going to happen when you grow up? Well, I won't be doing any of that anymore. So I thought I would just try to give you a little brief pan of what's going on, or what the church looks like. It hasn't changed much at all, other than the tree is down, and property took down a tree or two in the back there and cleaned that all up. It just is really quiet out here. And then lastly, I'm going to try to pan the whole tree again for you, so we can look up and remember and think about how long that's been here and how strong it's stood through all these storms and all these winds, years and years and years, which is standing tall and standing proud. Very symbolic of the people who worship here at this church, I believe. It's very representative of the people who worship here at Trinity Lutheran Church. Also noted right there is there's a new log pile over there. It appears the property came in and took down a couple of trees that were just hindering or interfering with getting some sunlight into the playground area. So that's been done, I guess, 2 weeks now, and very appreciated to take care of that. Everything looks fairly normal, other than trees are missing and trees are falling, and it's just another hot summer day. It certainly does not look healthy, does it? Everything is looking fairly clean. I want to focus a little bit on this small tree right here. Kind of just concentrate for a minute. What it represents is a new growth, because we're certainly going to need it based on this here. This tree has got to come down. It's a massive tree. I don't know how tall it is, 130 feet maybe. I'm pretty sure it's older than anybody else who's human, who belongs here. It fell down, I think it was Thursday, in the wind, and Patsy called Sherry, and Greg had been notified, I believe. So within short order, this is the top of the tree, as you can see. We're going to pan all the way down. I don't know how old this is. I know we have some members here in their 90s. You know, I think of Marie, 104, and I got a feeling this tree was doing quite well even when they were born. You know, I used to know this stuff when I was studying forestry, but that's like a different life in a place far, far away.
You might be able to see it better if you're standing on the truck side. You can see the whole thing, because nothing's going to be going up there, but everything is coming down this way.
Are you going to drop the whole thing at one shot?
Yeah,
is that the plan?
It's going to be laying out
Yeah.
on this side, but in case something goes wrong,
Yeah.
I don't want anything to happen over here.
Okay.
So if you're like on
What's he thinking? What's he looking at? What do they want? It's a complicated world, isn't it?